So first of all, I can say welcome to Part Stock, right? And I
Uh,
am happy that you took the opportunity out of your busy schedule to let this happen. And as you know, it's an interactive program about persons who work directly in the automotive industry. Whether you're a mechanic, you work in parts, you work in service, you work in sales, you work in administration, it plays a vital role of how the industry is shaped and formed, right? Because everybody plays their part in ensuring at the end of the day, it's all about customer service, getting that vehicle on the road, that much needed commodity that person or individual uses on a day-to-day basis. Back in the days, as you know, a car was seen as an asset, right? But now it is actually a depreciating asset. And with the variety of cars on the road in today's marketplace now, a person can just walk into any industry, right? And choose whatever the car they want. They can, gone are the days when you only have like a few dealers that you could select from. Now, with the advancement of technology and information out there, you can sit in the comfort of your own car like you're doing now. Go on your phone and choose from a wider range of models, right, that are available to you, to the customer. But let me not ramble any further because this interview is basically about you and what you bring to the market, right? So please go right ahead, introduce yourself, and let us know exactly what is happening.
all right, thank you. My name is Omar Wilson. I'm been in the auto industry for I'm gonna say roughly about 26, 27 years.
Yeah.
Primarily in the automotive sales and finance,
Okay.
right? But I dabble in other aspects of it. In other words, I do a little bit of mechanic work. That's like my therapeutical thing on the weekend. So I mix and middle with my cars, my own personal cars.
Right.
Um, but overall, I'm a car guy. Know about cars. Understand. All right. So
Okay. Yeah. Just continue. We had a little disruption just now. So
mhm.
yeah, you were
All
describing
right.
the leasing, financing, and
Yeah. So I'm in the leasing and financing. That's primarily my bread and butter, if you call
right.
it that. Um, um, but as I said, I dibble and dabble in the automotive industry, different aspects. I deal with the uh, repair part of it, which is more of my personal cars. So it's
Okay.
more like a weekend therapeutical thing for me, right? So on
Okay.
the weekend, I'll play with my cars and all that stuff, fix this, change that, so on and so forth. Primarily, I'm in the sales part of it, finance, new car leasing. Just to give you a little, about the business.
Right.
Um, I have a broker business, automotive brokerage.
Okay.
And then I have the other aspect of it, which is the auto finance and sales.
Okay. Okay.
How is that different? The broker part of it is more to deal with new car fleet deals or new car leasing and also new car financing. Um, with that part of the business, I'm connecting with dealers all over the United States. So it's new car dealerships all over the United States that have access to, these particular cars, new brand cars that I'm able to broker those cars out to customers.
Okay. That's
Um,
that's 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 very commendable. So you have access directly to dealerships.
directly to dealerships,
Okay.
directly. So, um, and this is where, and I want to say it's more in the New York area.
Okay.
There's a lot of companies that actually do the same thing that I do, right?
Right.
And it's it's convenient for a lot of customers that are actually
Yeah.
looking to do or get new cars. They don't want to go into a dealership to sit all day, right?
Hmm.
Um, they're rather do the having the service being done by someone that will actually find them the car that they're looking for, uh, be able to put together that financing or the leasing, right? and be able to meet what they're looking for, as
Okay.
far as
So you
payment,
you you
car,
present
so on and so
yourself
forth.
you present yourself as a one-stop shop for the customer.
There you go. That is it. So it's a one-stop shop. They come in, they're looking for a particular car. We're able to go and locate that car through our network. And then it's just a matter of that customer is ready for the car. We have the car delivered to them. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
We either have the car picked up, delivered to them, or they could come to that dealership on that particular day when they're free to actually come in and do the transaction right there and then. So we try to make it as smooth, efficient, and again cost efficient. So it's a transaction all in one to just make the system a smooth move.
okay, okay,
There are few companies that are in the industry that are doing similar. Um, Big companies. One that come to mind, you probably know about them or hear about them, is it's a company like Carvana.
okay,
They're making shopping through um, internet on their portal be the way of buying car. So
right,
instead of you having to go into a dealership to sit all day again to see a salesperson, to see a
right,
sales manager, to see F&I guy, they're making this thing streamlined in order to make it, you know, as I guess efficient as possible. Yeah,
right.
and
The
that's how it
online,
is.
it's an online shopping experience they want to
And
offer the customer.
there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. So that's one aspect of what I do, pretty much, right?
Right.
The other part of it is the finance part of it, and again, it's similar, but it sort of ties itself in. Customers that generally would not qualify for a new car, right? They wouldn't qualify for a new car because of credit, right?
Okay.
Because in the system, it's run on credit system.
Yes, yes,
So
yes. Always have to be checking
a lot.
my credit score.
There you go. There you go. There you go. So it's a credit thing. A lot of customers won't qualify for a brand new car lease, right?
Right.
As much as it might look attractive, the manufacturers might advertise it online all day, every day. Hey, this is what your payment's going to be. This is that, so on and so forth. Come on in. They're
Yeah,
trying to get you to come through the door. A lot of people won't qualify for that
yeah.
because, again, credit. So there goes the other piece of my business where I do the not so great credit financing, right?
Okay.
And I sit in a dealership for that. Where actually I'm under a dealership umbrella for that arm of the business,
Right.
where that person will come in, depending on their credit, I'm able to actually um, put together the right bank for what they're
Okay.
looking for with their credit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, if
Because
that makes
that was
sense.
a question I was gonna ask. Is it that you provide the credit, or you use a financial institution to facilitate that for the customer?
Well, we at the dealership itself, and we operate through a retail dealership.
Okay.
So the retail dealership has the banking relationships. So
Right.
all the big banks, we're able to actually, submit our application to these banks,
Right.
and
All
it's
right. And
all
try
done
to,
through a
yeah,
portal.
try to
Yeah,
get
it's
through
all
get
done through.
the best rate for the customer.
There you go, and the best, structure the right deal, so on and so forth.
Yes.
Um, it gets a little more technical. What I gotta say is that anybody who is in this business doing financing, they will have to know the programs, right? Whether whichever side you take it, whether you're doing the leasing side of it, because every month programs change,
Right.
and whether you're doing the finance part of it, every month the programs change for financing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
When you say changes, what do you mean in terms of the interest rates, or in terms
yeah,
of
interest.
the processes that the customer has to undertake?
Well, it goes from the requirement,
Okay.
right? There are certain banks that have certain stipulations,
Okay.
depending
Okay.
on that person's credit. You know, we call them tiers. Depending on that person's credit tier, you know, it, certain banks will have certain programs. So
Right.
a lot of times when it comes to the a customer with a credit challenge, I would have to see the credit first,
Okay.
then make the determination on which bank I want to apply this application to.
Okay.
And the variables that affect that are the car, the person's down payment, right? And what they can afford. Because one
Right.
of the other important thing there is what income, how much money are they making? Can they actually afford this car? You will have a customer that will come in on, a Mercedes S-Class, for example. And, they're expecting that they want to pay, I'm just throwing a number out, $300 a month, you know?
Right.
And they're only putting down $1,000 or $2,000.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to let that customer know that it's not real. It's not realistic. It won't happen, especially that you have all these credit challenges. The
Right.
severity of your credit is actually going to affect what rate, what banks you're going to be able to put it through to be able to make sense of it.
Yes.
You understand? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what it boils down to pretty much. So that's where I come in. I'm the one that's actually putting together that application, figuring out the car that's going to make sense, and putting all the other variables together. Their down
Yeah.
payment, where they work, how long they've been there, so on and so forth. Because again, those banks have their programs, and everyone are looking for certain things, certain criteria, what they're looking for in order to make
Okay.
sense of it.